VLOOKUP function. I will also explain in this video the difference between using a table as your reference or a range. By now we should know the difference between a table and a range. The reason why I choose to have it as a video because sometimes it can be confusing. We have two methods. There are two methods of using the VLOOKUP, or two ways in Excel. Either you can type the VLOOKUP function, or you can look for it in the Formulas tab under here in the Formulas tab, and then the Auto Sum, and then more functions. This one also exists under the Home tab, as you all know. So let's use the first way. The first method is to really write down the formula VLOOKUP, and then now we need to look for the lookup value is going to be our grade, and then the table where we're going to look for our references is this one here. Notice that I did not select the table heading. Our index, this one here, is number 2 because we are looking for letters, not for the grade numbers. So we're gonna type 2, and then last is true or false. True stands for an approximate match, and since I need an exact match, then I'm gonna choose false. Enter, and you see that now I have my grades B, C, D, A, A for 4 and D for 1, etc. The other way is to use the auto sum function. So I click here, equal the auto sum function, more functions, and then I will look for the VLOOKUP. If it's not showing here, then I just change the category to VLOOKUP, to the lookup functions, lookup and references, and then I look for it here in the bottom, VLOOKUP, under the category lookup and references. Notice that before it was the most recently used. Okay, now here same thing. Again, select the lookup value will be the grade. Okay, then the table array will be this one here. Oh, sorry, I have to click in the. So the lookup is here, and then I click with my mouse in the table array, and then select this one here, and then the index, as we said earlier, is 2, and the range lookup is false. Okay, and we should have the same results. And this is when it comes to a table. Now, if I use a range as my reference, things will change a little bit, and I'll explain. So let me delete the function, rather the formula, delete all this, and just give an example with the first one. So if I put the equal sign, VLOOKUP, and then my lookup value doesn't change, it's this one, comma, but then now the reference is here, is the range instead of the table, and then the index, same thing, to false. Enter. Notice that now I have an error here, and if you double click here, you see that earlier we had a table name referenced. Now we have a range D17, E17. So if we want to have the right data, we have to put an absolute reference, and that's the difference between using a table and a range. In a range, you always want to put the absolute reference, and as you all know, by if we want to add the absolute reference, we add the dollar sign before the row and column. So I'm gonna do that with E21, just like I did with the D17. Enter, and now I have the correct information, AADCB. So always remember, with a range, you need to use the absolute reference. You don't need to do that with the table. Thank you for watching.